Trail number 1 in the Grand Canyon North Rim area, the Toroweap Overlook. If I say that wrong, I'm very sorry. Now the Overlook is 3,000 feet of vertical drop, and the campground is in the beautiful red rock setting a short distance from the canyon rim. And the rating for this trail is moderate. When dry, it's fast and easy to waypoint 6, and after that it gets a little bit tricky. And trail number 2 is Jumpup Point. Now this is a little bit of a long trail. It loops around and it's got 2 destinations. One, you go up the canyon and it's got the panoramic view of the Grand Canyon. And when you go back, then it takes you to the Jumpup Point cabin. And trail number 3 is the 3 fire towers. Now this trail is really easy. It's on Forest Road 22, and the first fire tower is Jacob Lake Fire Tower, and then there's Big Springs Lookout Tower, and the third one is the Dry Park Lookout Tower, which is the tallest tower of the 3. And it's got some great places to stop and look at along the way. One of them is the historic ranger station. And trail number 4 is Fire Point Timp Point Trail. Now this one is really easy as well. It takes you up kind of like through the back door to the Grand Canyon National Park. And the viewpoint, once you get up to it, now there are some spots where the trees may be down, but they have a little side go-arounds. But the view is absolutely worth the drive. It is a bit of a long drive, but trust me, the view is worth it. And trail number 5 is Point Sublime. Now on this trail, it has a couple of alternate starts, and it takes you into the Grand Canyon National Park. Now this trail is rated moderate. It's a little bit of both, easy and moderate. Especially if it's wet, it can be a little bit more difficult. But the views are absolutely amazing. There's great camp spot near the end at Swamp Point, and it's supposed to be an amazing trip. And number 6 is the House Rock Valley. Now this trail starts in the low open grasslands with distant views of the Vermilion Cliffs. You'll see plenty of great camping spots along the way as you go. And this trail is also rated to moderate. So it probably could be a little bit of both easy and moderate. And as usual, a little rougher when it's wet. And number 7 is the Orderville Canyon. Now this one will take you through some canyon area. It's almost like you're down in like a little gully of the canyon, but it's really beautiful. And if you start out early, it gets a little cold, but then it warms up and it'll take you into a big wide open prairie. Careful, there's a lot of bugs, trust me. And you will be able to see the Buckskin Mountains in the distance in Utah. Now this one you have to be careful with as well if it's rainy and wet, because you don't want to get stuck in the mud. And number 8 is Tater Ridge. Now this one, the trail descends just north of the Grand Canyon National Park to Buffalo Ranch Road. And here you can head to Highway 89A. Now this rating on this trail is easy. Mostly hard packed dirt, and some of it you might lean a little bit, but it's nothing too big. And during the wet weather, be careful at spots because you could get stuck in the mud and nobody wants that. And number 9 is Saddle Mountain Road. Now this is a short, pleasant drive to a great overlook and hiking trails along the edge of the Grand Canyon. It follows the north boundary of the park, and this one is pretty easy, well-graded gravel road. You can take a regular car, but be careful for for when it's raining so you don't get stuck in the mud, and there might be some potholes along the way. And trail number 10, the Grand View Outlook. Now this is a great place to visit for the Grand Canyon National Park without the expense of having to pay for a hotel. There are places where you can camp and you can take campers, and it's got a maintained gravel road, and you can go see the fire towers. And this one is rated as easy, but also again you have to be careful for the mud so nobody gets stuck. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe, and turn on that notification button so you can be the first one to see it when it posts.